Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Danny here, aka the Grow Girl. Thanks for tuning in. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I am starting broccoli from seed in my office right over here. It's October, which is really one of my favorite months. Our fall gardens are really ramping up, and this is a great time to start planting broccoli in Houston. We're in zone 9 here in Houston, so in October and November it starts cooling off nicely at night and then staying really warm during the day, which is a great time to plant broccoli. And broccoli is really one of those few vegetables that do really well by transplant, starting it indoors and then transplanting it outside. A couple of other things that I do that way are tomatoes and peppers. Those also do really great from transplant. So I'm going to take you through the process on how to start something by seed indoors, but the number one crucial ingredient is get yourself a good grow light. I'm going to show you guys the one I have. I'm going to link it below so that you can check it out on Amazon. It was pretty inexpensive and it's worked fabulous for me. So growing broccoli by seed, what I'm going to do is get them planted, and then in about 5 or 10 days they will germinate. And then they'll be ready to transplant outside when they're about 6 inches tall and have about 2 to 4 leaves on them. Now, of course, with transplanting anything outside for about a week beforehand, you want to make sure you harden them off. So little by little every day, you want to put them out starting in the shade for an hour or two, gradually expose them to some of the wind, to some of the sun throughout the week until they're almost getting, 5 or 6 hours of exposure outside of sunlight. This is a really helpful way to make sure that when you put them out in your garden bed, that they're not shocked by the elements and they don't flop over and die. Okay, so what exactly do you need to start seeds indoors? Well, first of all, you need the seeds themselves. I'll show you the ones that I'm going to use for my broccoli. Secondly, you need a really good seed starting mix. I like this organic Jiffy mix that I got off of Amazon. I actually got this particular bag last year, and the leftovers I had sealed up and I just busted it open and it's still good as new. You want to make sure that you get a seed starting mix and not just use any old soil. Seed starting mixes, they tend to be a lot looser so that the seed can sprout easily, but they're still able to retain a lot of water and keep it nice and moist. I put everything inside these little styrofoam cups that I get at Walmart. I like them because they're really cheap. I can reuse them, and I can poke a hole at the bottom for easy water drainage. Since I'm setting all of this up in my office because it's nice and cool in there and I have the space, I'm going to put these cups on one of my baking trays to catch any extra water and dirt runoff. And then lastly, and most importantly, is a really good grow light. So I will link you guys the one that I use below. I got it off of Amazon last year and it's working really great still. so let's talk about how the heck do you start out using a grow light. Well, first thing, I got mine plugged in and I'm going to turn it on. And right when I do, I get a really pretty blue light. So when talking about colors of light, in order to get your seeds to first germinate, you need completely blue light. Once they have germinated, then you can see here I'm going to switch to a mixture of red and blue. This is what you want to put it on once the seeds have sprouted. And then the red light would be if you're growing them indoors and you want them to flower. I don't grow stuff indoors, I transplant it, so I don't use the red light. And then my light actually has a timer for 3, 9, and 12 hours. I'm going to put it on 12 because I actually want a total of 15 to 16 hours a day. So I'll come back later and add another 3 hours on top of this. So there you go. If you liked today's video, give me a big thumbs up and consider subscribing. I'd love to have you guys here every week with me. And if you're on Instagram, you can check me out at the Grow Girl Texas. I post pictures and videos almost every day of what's going on in my garden, what I'm doing, things that I'm finding out, little tips and tricks. So I hope you'll check it out. All right, thanks y'all. See you next time.